As we close our eyes and relax our bodies and lift our thoughts above and beyond the physical plane of illusion, let us be at peace. Feel the power of peace pervading your body, your mind, and all around you. And lift your thoughts to the realms of divine love and light. And let your spirit touch in to the light of God's love, and let that connection come back to your physical being, and let yourself dwell in this beauty that is everywhere present. Thank you, Father. Our writing tonight, I think this is number 16, isn't it? Anyway, it's a Wednesday night channeling, and the title is called Becoming. As the light of God's love flows to you and through you, use it, become that which you already are. As you play your role of human on the physical plane, you have the greatest opportunity to raise your consciousness to the level of your true identity, your Godhood. For know this, my beloved, you are God's, whether you know it or not. You were created in the image and likeness of God, the Creator of all that is. You have known your oneness with the Creator and share the power and glory of His Godhood. Bring this memory to your conscious awareness and lift your consciousness that you may manifest His love and light in your daily existence on the physical plane and be a beacon of light unto the world. This may not come all at once. There may be just a little dawning of light now and then, but I promise it is within your reach at this time to gradually but surely awaken to the full realization of your divinity. My dear little ones, I come to you in the purest of love, of God's love this evening. I come to you to share with you His love and His light, the light of understanding that is within you and that is dawning in the center of your being and becoming brighter and brighter as you move along the pathway of God's love, and as you raise your consciousness above and beyond the physical plane of illusion. Yours is the great opportunity to know the fullness of your divinity as you walk in the physical shell you call the flesh. It is within your grasp to raise your consciousness to that great height of awareness and realization that you understand and know your Godhood. You are moving from the dimness and the darkness into the light. And I tell you, my dear ones, you are making tracks upon the sand, or as you would say, you are impressing the ethers or the Akashic records. You see, everything that you do is imprinted upon the ethers of life. And as you lift your consciousness through your studies, through your contemplation and your meditation, and your sending love, you make an imprint of this upon the ethers, and it is there for those who follow after you. They may not be aware of any of this that you know at this time, but these imprints are left there, and when their time is come for them to awaken, it makes it much easier for them to move in to the imprints that you have left. And just as so, the imprints of light and love are there for you to move in, for those who have gone ahead of you to shine the light upon the path that God has given His love and His light unto you. As we watch you from these rounds of love and light, we see you struggle with your physical plane, and we know, because we have been there, we have gone through the experiences that you are dealing with at this time. We have had these trials and tribulations, as you would call them, or opportunities, as your teacher would call them. And we understand. And I ask you to consider this, to start your day with the love of God's flowing before you and the light of His understanding shining on your path. All you need do is open the doors within the center of your being and allow this divinity that you are to come forth. As your teacher would say, if you have no other way, assume the role, make a beginning, move in to the consciousness of your godhood. It may not come overnight, it may not come for a year or more, or maybe not this lifetime, but it is possible for you to manifest, all of you who are sitting in a circle, and all of those who are on the dimensions above you, who are sitting in with you this evening. It is possible for all of you to reach this consciousness of your divinity. And you need not put it off for another life. You need not put it off for another day, another dawning. The dawning is now. The time is now. That is the only time that there is. You see, my dear ones, we measure time over here on these rounds by soul's growth. And we would say, instead of as you move from time to minute to hour, we would say, as you move from experience to experience, from knowing to knowing, because this is the only thing that really matters, is that knowing that comes from the experiences that you're having. You have placed yourself upon this plane to have experience. You have given yourself the opportunity to grow and to expand. You have placed yourself in a den of thieves, as you might say, in a dark place that has very little light showing outward. The world at this time is struggling with wars and with misunderstandings for most on your plane. and you are brave to have come into this time of history. But you are also very wise, because the greatest opportunity in the history of this planet is yours now, is yours for the taking. But my dear ones, you must first give up the ways of the world. You must give up the fear and the anxiety and all the things that goes with this. You must give yourself, your soul, some of what you would call time to expand and to reach that higher consciousness. There is a saying that you have attributed to my quotes: "If thine eye be single, thine whole body shall be filled with light." And, my dear ones, when you look with your physical eyes, you see dual, and duality is the height of illusion. That when, of course, you have to use your physical eyes to manifest on your physical plane and go about your daily duties. But if you can also use your single eye that you call the pineal gland, if you can use this, start out your day by concentrating your thoughts upon this particular gland, breathing to bring about the life force through your bodies, thus emanating the vitality and the life that is all around you for yourself, and activating this inner eye, this single eye. Then as you go through your days, you see through the illusions of this physical plane. You see above and beyond this physical. And whatever role that you are playing, whatever your physical duties might be, do them with joy and with love. And if you can open this single eye to see the truth of life, then it matters not what you are doing on the physical plane. It matters not what position that you hold, but it does matter very much your attitude toward it. It matters how you do it. And I ask you to consider doing everything that you do as unto God. Give this some thought. Start your day with the feeling of His presence within you, for He is the life force that you are. Send His love ahead of you into your day, into your every thought, word, and deed. Send His divine light ahead of you on your path to keep the understanding alive of your divinity and move forward from moment to moment, from experience to experience, in the light of His love, keeping it alive as you do your physical duties, whatever you do in your physical plane. You have, some of you in this circle, most of you, have come much farther than the average individual on this plane. You are awakening to the true reality of your being. And I would say to you tonight to consider this, that you do not have much farther to go to reach out and bring that divine realization into your conscious awareness and make it yours as you travel this physical plane. You need not consult anyone. You need only go within yourself and bring forth the light of understanding, bring down the love of God into your heart, and let love guide your every thought, word, and deed. Let the light of his understanding show you the truth, that you not stumble over the rocks that have been placed in your path, that you may not stray from the path that is narrow. And yes, it is narrow, because it is single to the glory of God. It is single to your divinity, the true nature of your being. Think not of yourselves as physical humans. My dear ones, in the greatest of love, I say to you, you are only playing a role of a human, because you are God's. You have always been God's, and you always will be God's. As you awaken to this realization, as you understand your divinity, just a little at a time maybe, but keep it alive. Keep it in your consciousness and surround it with the light of understanding and the protection of God's love. And add to it a little each day, a little each experience, and move forward and higher in your consciousness. You have the ability to do this, no matter what seems to be around you on your physical plane, no matter what your conditions are in your physical life. You are not bound by these conditions on the physical plane. You are not bound by the illusions of this plane, for you can bring down into your consciousness the understanding of how to deal with every little situation that you are confronted with. And my dear ones, when you deal with it in love, divine love, for yourself and for all concerned, then the light of understanding is there to guide you, to show you the way, to help you to understand. The beauty of God's love and light and glory is within you. Give it a chance to come forward into your outer conscious awareness. Some of you have touched on this. Some of you have had your moments, and some of you have had more than your moments. But all of you have the ability to make it a constant reality in your physical experience. As you move higher in consciousness, the tracks that you make upon the sand, or the impressions that you make upon the ethers, become lighter and brighter. And for those who follow after you, it makes it much easier. You look at your world now, and you see wars, and you see all kinds of so-called negative things happening. Look not at this with dismay, but know within the hearts of your understanding that this is just an outworking of the poisons that have been planted upon your earth for a long time. It is like a boil that comes upon your skin, and it has to fester and overflow before it can become well. And this is what is happening in your world today. The festering beneath the surface of true understanding is coming to a head. And as you see the things that happen in your world, know this to be true. And as the corruption and the poison is expelled from within to the outer surface, and God's love and light heals the place where it has been, and all is well with your world. All is well within your consciousness as you continue to become aware, much more aware of your divinity. I cannot stress this too much to you tonight. I would communicate with you from the physical plane, but I would also communicate with you in the deepest parts of your hearts and your spirits to help you to understand. I would touch you in that inner place that is the secret place of the Most High, with communication that goes far beyond your language and words. I would touch you with God's love and light and healing, so that you may know and come forth into the light of God's love and walk it in a continuous flow as you move through your experiences on this physical plane. Then, my dear ones, you are free of the illusions of this plane that are based in fear, free of anything. Nothing can come nigh you unless you open the door for it. And when you are walking in the light of God's love on a continuous basis, then everything that goes before you is beautiful. Everything around you is conformed to the light and the beauty of God's love and His glory. As your other teacher has given you opportunity, I would this night give you the opportunity to ask questions, if you will.
I have a question. I just realized that it wasn't Gadon speaking tonight. Is there any name that we could call you, or that you could go by?
Yes, this is what your teacher calls the master teacher, speaking with you tonight. It is a little difficult to come through this channel and halting at times, but this channel is open for the love and the light that flows through. And it is not necessary to really think of what teacher it is, but it is important that you feel and know the message of love and light, that you understand from in the depths of your being that you and I are one. I and the Father are one. And as you go through your experiences, know that the Father and I are within you, are the life force that you are. I am a messenger that has come upon your plane many times than you have recorded, many more times than you have recorded, to bring the message. But I am continuously being a channel to bring the message of God's love and light to those who will hear. This does not mean that you have to come through me to reach the Father, for the Father is within you, and you have the opportunity to reach the Father with your thoughts at any time that you choose, at any moment of experience. Reach in, clear your mind, clear your aura, as you call it, by taking deep breaths and cleansing yourself. Concentrate on the single eye and allow this to be stimulated, and then listen and Give credit where credit is due. Think not that the beautiful words and messages and impressions that you receive are just from you. They are from the heights of the beauty of God that dwells within you. And as you send love and surround yourself with love and light, you create an atmosphere that the Father and I and all your other teachers can reach through to bring you the message of love. Any time that you have a question, any time that you are alone and know not what to do in your experiences on this physical plane, go within as I have instructed you. Allow the inner voice, the inner impressions. It is not always a voice as you're hearing now in words and language. It need not be. All you need is an impression, a knowing, an understanding, an enlightenment. Are there other questions tonight?
Are there instructions as to how we can more clearly know and understand and come to claim as a reality our divinity? What tools can we use?
As I have mentioned to you, if thine eye be single to the glory of God, and this means if you use your single eye instead of always your dual eyes, you need to use your dual eye to function and to see where you're stepping and going when you're driving on this physical plane. But, my dear ones, awaken that inner eye. If thine eye be single, thine whole body shall be filled with light, light of understanding. And as you awaken to this single eye, then you awaken to your divinity. Claim it for your own. Do not wait for some great revelation or some thunder out of the sky, but assume the role, as your teacher has said, and move into the consciousness that you are divine. Accept and believe the truths that you're hearing tonight, and know that your divinity is there, has always been there, and always will be there. And all you need do is express it. Press it out from within. Live from within out, as you have been told, from the center of your being, that is the home of the Father, the Creator of all that is, because His home dwells within each of you. That is His dwelling place, and He will manifest His beauty and His glory and His light through you as you open the door, as you give up your fears and anxieties and your straining and struggling with this physical plane. But you must do that first. You must give up the struggling. You must give up the straining. You must allow the quietness to come within you and eliminate the fears and replace it with the light of God's love, and allow this to be present in your heart and in your mind. And as you do, listen, be open, and accept the truths that come to you. Does this answer your question, my dear one?
Yes.
Are there other questions? I know that this is a very profound message tonight to you, but it is time that you heard it. In your growth, in your experience, when you come to these Wednesday night classes, as you call them, you have listened and you have heard and you have been told. And now it is time that you be awakened to the realization of your true identity. And if this message is shocking or startling to you, so be it. If it awakens you from your sleep on the physical plane, because most of the entities on this physical plane are asleep to the true identity of their being. Becoming is a word, and we can use also awakening, realization, awareness of who you truly are, and allow this understanding to come to you as fast or as slow as you can take it. To some it can come in the blink of an eye, but behind that blink of an eye, my dear ones, is many experiences that have happened that has finally awakened the consciousness to the realization of their godhood. If you get a little here and a little there, hold on to it. Do not allow your mind to forget. Maybe if you record it by writing it down or putting it on tape, this may be helpful for you. But do hold on to it and add to it. Your minds are tricky, as you would say, and they will want to stay in the same old ruts. And you will have to use the higher part of your mind and your soul to hang on to the realizations that you are awakening to, and add to it more and more. A little bit each day will accumulate in a year to a lot. And if you have held on to this understanding of a little each day, then you are on your way to awakening to your full realization of who you truly are. Has this prompted any other questions?
I was kind of wondering why it is, this is in my own personal life, but when I send love in the mornings and do my meditation in the mornings, I do it in my car driving to work. But the days that I do not have to work, it is very difficult for me to do it in my home.
Then I say to you, be stern with yourself and find a quiet corner, and if you cannot find a quiet corner in your home, then leave your home and go to a park or someplace that you can be alone and take the time with your soul's growth. You see, you are the master of your being. You are in charge of your life, and you choose your every thought, word, and deed. No one else has they have the ability, but they do not have the right to choose for you what you might think or do or say. And so, when you have a day off and you find that you have not sent love the whole day, then make a pact with yourself to start your day. Get up early if you need, and go to a quiet place, a place of serenity, if this is conducive to your thoughts, and be at peace, and allow the Father within you to speak to your heart. For I tell you truly, He will speak to each and every one of you. He is always speaking to you. He is always communicating with you. For you see, the life force that you are is God, so He cannot do other than communicate with you. And it is learning to be still and shut out the physical self so that you can hear the quiet, still, small voice that dwells within you. It is always there, and it will guide you, it will teach you, it will raise your consciousness if you allow to a much higher level each day. As we come to a close of this communication this evening, I would have you to remember who you truly are. I would have you to consider assuming the role of your identity, not in an outward way that others might see, but to yourself. And as you make this a habit through daily exercise, through constant reminder of yourself, as you make it a habit, then it will become a reality even on your physical plane, and you will have overcome the world. You will have risen above it in consciousness, and you will be the master of the world and of yourself. This does not say that you will lead the world or do anything of this sort, but you will not allow the world to drag you down in consciousness, to make you fear or worry or doubt. You see, the light of God's love is all-powerful and all-wise, and it has the ability to bring to your attention that which you truly are, if you allow it and when you allow it. You are so engrossed with your physical plane that most of the time you do not give enough attention to the inner self of you, that still small voice that cries to be heard. It is always there, and it always will be. It is your choice to choose the time of your awakening, and I ask you to consider choosing now. Now is the day of deliverance from this physical illusion. Now is the time that you can raise your consciousness a little bit, and each experience that you move into, let it be an opportunity for you to use the single eye and see the real truth and know that you are God in disguise. God bless you, my dear ones. My love is with you, and the Father's love is always with you. I walk with you and beside you all the way, even until the end of time. Good evening. Shall we hold hands? As we come together in the physical, as we have been in spirit, let us bring the consciousness of the one who spoke tonight into this circle. Let it be indelibly printed upon our thoughts and our minds and our souls. And let us leave here with the awareness of our Godhood, and move closer and closer every step that we take upon our spinning. Thank you, Father. Oh, that was a little surprise, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was.
I guess I'll have to read that book about chakras, talking about the pineal gland.
Uh-huh.
I don't know enough about.
Some of you are in the meditation
And
class.
meditation class, Aaron all was on it.
Yeah.
That's really good. Actually, it's,
Duh.
I think
So we have to wait to get into that then.
the meditation class, I consider one of the more
Okay.
most
How they do
powerful
it.
classes that I've been in.
Once together, they working together.
It's different, but
I take one.
it's very powerful.
It's a different technique. Yeah. What are you in now?
I'm in your class, at the other class, the Bill class.
Time travel.
Time travel, thanks,
Yeah.
Bill.
I
Yeah.
have to prompt you.
I guess Don's the only one that's been through the meditation class here.
And Jody,
Billy's in there right now.
Jody and Marianne, I thought you were.
Marianne.
Marianne.
No, Marianne's a time travel.
Oh, okay.
Certainly.
All right.
Bill and I, and three of us are in the same.
I feel one with all of you, so I don't. I think,
Excuse me.
kind of hard to keep them
Yeah.
separate. Found that was very moving. I just felt the different vibrations.
Uh-huh.
You know, impatience is supposed to be a quality of youth, but I still am kind of impatient, you know.
You still feel young, huh?
Well, that too. When you're 95, you can still feel young. But I know how impatient I was when I was 18. I feel impatience to accomplish more.
Yeah, I have that feeling too. I just want to get it all.
At 95, maybe I'll start maturing, not being impatient.
You're close.
I'm close. Yeah, getting close.
You've been 95 many times.
That's true.
But you're closer than this physical.
Right, right.
Not.
A little way.
He was telling me the other day that I was old.
Well, it's nice that we have a group, regular group of people that come every time. It's these small groups like this who are really interested, who build the vibrations, you know, and send out love to this planet, and very valuable. I thought several times that this group may not last, you know, it may discontinue, but it looks like it's going to last. It's lasted quite a while.
Yeah.
I guess 6 months or more.
Well, let's see, this is the 15th, the 15th week on this one, or 16th?
16th week
16th.
on this year.
There was 14 on that one
last year.
So there's 20 weeks, and it's been, you know, of course, there's a little break in there.
What do you believe? 30.
Went to 16 and 14 is 30 on side.
It's okay.
I meant to say that.
Because when I get old, I expect to miss a few, you know.
It's almost impossible to eliminate the concept of time in our language, and it really is ingrained within us. Jody has some profound thoughts, but she doesn't share them very often. A little bashful, I think.
She's getting the answers.